Hi, Leo. All right, we're going old school. I'm just gonna read without thinking about it too much. I'm just gonna do and create without thinking about it too much. As you may see, the title is Leo the Artist. That's an archetype, right? Let's just jump right in here. I love testing myself. Do you love testing yourself? So I feel as if the energy in this time frame, it's active and it's mutable. It's movable. So things are, I heard coagulating, but it's interesting. It's like within the fire, not within the water. There's also something that you fixed or that you're fixing. This could have to do with your own equilibrium in yourself or the things that you have to get done, finding. I heard more of what's necessary. Some of you are doing really well with Lilith. You may have even gone to paid that debt in some kind of way if you connect with her. The goddesses actually showed up a lot in your map when I was taking notes too, like Juno particularly, which is our star of relationships. She's also a version of Hera. Pallas too, which is a really beautiful problem solver, so that could be part of that fixing. She's also very active and movable. Pallas is more of Pallas and Juno are both masculine to me, but Pallas is the one that's single. Juno is the one that's in a relationship. Pallas isn't, for instance, connected because she feels undeserving. She just chooses. She knows what she wants to do with her life. So I'd like to read you. You have this card. Let me test myself. Uttar Abhad Rapada. Say that one 3 times fast. How many letters is that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16 letters. That is a lot of letters. So for some of you, you need to know that you're done with the tower. You're done with the tower. You're beyond something that was feeling shaky. If you're still feeling a little shaky at this point, I heard all you have to do is take one step. One step. So this Uttara Rabhad Rapada, their advice, I guess it's a male, and it connects to the ether. It says, its advice and wisdom is this. These stars bring many wonderful qualities. You are very blessed, happy, and forgiving under this energy. This is a sign of an accomplished yogi where we have completed the self-sacrifice. Maybe that's what Lilith had to do with. It says, through seclusion, renunciation, and refinement, we have become virtuous and benevolent. Through the practice of devotion, we have attained a pure heart. This Nashadara gives us intelligence and a wealth of knowledge. We know we have the responsibility and willingness to share this, but we are also discerning enough not to throw pearls before swine, so to speak. That's an awesome band, by the way, too. It says, we are advised to live a pure life, to be charitable and gentle, and to seek seclusion at times. It says, meditate on the crown chakra or the top of your head. Maybe some of you, I just felt tingles there, so maybe that's something you're connecting to. It says this is recommended and will give blissful results. This is the warrior star, the cosmic warrior who is brave enough to conquer all realms. Divine peace and supreme knowledge are real possibilities. Once the ultimate goal is reached, we may not need to adhere to the strict rules we have observed to arrive there. We are to accept all of reality as sacred and divine. This time wants you to be empathetic and sensitive, full of understanding, charitable, virtuous, and fair. Since we feel we have achieved and or can achieve divine peace, oh, interesting. I guess we have to read it as it is. It says, at times when we feel we have achieved this divine peace, right? Say we're all in line with all these things. What did that say? Divine peace and supreme knowledge. Like, that's pretty deep, Leo. Of course you get this. Because people think you're surface, but you're not. It's because you're fire, but you're not. It's like you're bright, but so the people take it as a surface, like, oh, it's just the shine of the diamond. And it's like, no, they forget that you had to be this piece of coal for so long. And what you have chosen to do in your life is what made you into a diamond. Of course, Spirit is always there helping, and whatever you believe that your support is in this world, but you know that, though. You know that. And that's, I think, part of this artist energy that you need to be aware of. So if for some reason you're feeling lazy, things are feeling unpredictable, there's a loss of imagination, this artist energy, you've been seeking a lot of isolation, or just in general, because this energy is masculine, therefore it is active. If you're feeling kind of inactive, that could be a bit of the way Saturn is right now, and Pluto, which are both very strong, are sort of opposing you. They're on the other side of you, and that can be a little bit draining. It's not only on the soul, but it's also on the body. And I think that's why, if we have this peaceful feeling and we know what we need to do without being in a rush, but also keeping it active in a way, where I heard there can be active resting periods. Maybe some of you need to schedule something like that. You may get your schedule more in order. Things more in order. Again, about what did we say earlier? Like, what is now pleasing or desirable for your soul at this point in time. Okay. What are some remedies for that, though? In case you are feeling a little inactive. I mean, you don't always have to be going. Again, we talked about active resting. But I guess it depends where Saturn is for you. I mean, if we take it as the essence of you, then there are some really big changes going on with the people that you're connected to. They could be going through their own tough times. Again, just changes. And so I heard you can't be there for everybody because you are also responsible to create the life that you want, what your soul is meant to, the things your soul is meant to do. And I sense that those are meant to, in some ways, find more structure, and in other ways let go of the control, if it's there, in relation to what's going on with other people. Does this make sense? Okay. I forgot to choose cards. What do we want to use? Okay, hold on a second. Let's use the deck of odd, because I feel like I love that you're an odd bird. I am too. Okay, so this is a beautiful collage deck. I love collaging. Is one of my favorite. What is the artistic thing that you do, the creative thing that you love to do, the thing that you love to make? Let's see. Some of you are also studying Vedic astrology or combining more of this physical reality into these, I guess, spiritual spaces. Okay. Just a minute. These ones came out together. And these ones. Okay. Well, these showed themselves first. Let's talk about this. What's going on here? Okay, some of you have an Aries in your life or a Capricorn. I also see air signs, so Gemini, Libra, Aquarius folks that you need to talk to more. I guess this could just be someone's also made a decision about something. They've decided to I heard empoweredly be a part of what is naturally happening. Okay, random, but if you're dating somebody and I heard you're putting on the Ritz, like, you know, say you get dressed up and like they don't notice, you know, or if they don't notice, because it's not just noticing your shine, again, it's, well, I guess this is the point, is you don't need to, prove yourself to anybody. Someone doesn't need to prove themselves. Someone might be trying to be, though. I could also see someone's getting older and they're not, I heard someone, something doesn't fit. Something doesn't fit. It's anymore. I guess what's happening here is a person is changing. And they've been this person for a long time. It took a long time to arrive here. I guess someone's also thinking about the long term as well. Like a question of sustainability, I guess. A question of sustainability. You gotta love who you are. Between 2 and 6. Let's see. Yeah, this is definitely empowered decisions. This is also allowing those of you who are in a relationship where you generally take on the masculine energy because you're fire, where if you're stepping back, especially as a woman, and allowing others to make decisions in certain realms, then you can take care of, that gives you time, something off your plate to take care of what you need to take care of. It's like, and I guess if you're single and feeling like you have to take care of everything in that way, then you want to check in with your friend circles. You know, you want to check in with your support system. You actually have a lot of people here. The Emperor, the Queen of Swords, the Queen of Wands, the Knight of Pentacles. all these people showed up. Again, we have high spiritual folks. This is divine masculine kind of energy. It's a good man, this emperor. This is also a very strong female that doesn't really... It's like a female... I heard a female that does masculine things. But that could also be something that a person is embracing more too, is... Because the feminine has an undercurrent... Feminine energy is an undercurrent of relaxing, right? Even the way we were just talking prior was masculine. It was out and louder. It didn't have hard edges. It just, but it had, you could feel the power behind it. This feminine energy is more laid back and chill. It's like, I'm going to... I heard be okay with what is. And I see it again, so I'll bring it up. Those of you who have been dating someone, this could just be like your side piece. Sorry to be so blunt, but that's the way I see it. It's like somebody's side piece or somebody's secret, or it's just like it's been a long time and they ain't paying attention, or you know, it's just become kind of stagnant. If you've tried to shift that with your own energy and someone on the other side is not trying to shift that with their own energy, then I don't know if that's who you're supposed to date. I mean, if you're in a relationship and there's just distance for some reason, say even through the more intimate spaces, particularly sexually, then that could be because someone's cycle, because someone's going like within a cycle, or there's like I saw the words routine, pattern. It's like someone's trying to pay attention, but someone's changing a lot too. I heard don't try to control Saturn. What is that? Trying to control time. Just a minute. Knight of Wands. There's another character. There's rotten food in the fridge, or the fridge needs to be cleaned. Someone feels like someone isn't prepared. Or how else can I explain this? Well, I guess a person knows what they want now. But there is an undercurrent where it's kind of like, well, I'm just going to match whatever is around me. Because the person, again, is aware of like what is working, what works or not. It's like, dude, that's not sustainable. Didn't we talk about that? I guess that's a big word, sustainability. Sustain is a word. Ability is a word. Maybe you want to sit with that. You want to sustain your ability. I mean, I guess that means you have to give it attention, justice. It's almost as if I feel like some of you have been sitting more in Libra energy, so this could have to do a lot with other people. your friendships, however the other people come, romantically, I heard been creating with that space, and I see it can continue to do so. But it's almost as if you have to let Aries lead. You want, oh, that's a way. With Saturn and Pluto opposing you, it's rough. Even Neptune is in a weird spot, so it's going to inconjunct you. That's a lot of big star energy that is, again, partially unexplainable. And it definitely can be draining on the soul, even if one is kind of more advanced in their practice. Because the world is too fast, and that's why the stars have been trying to slow us down. Not that we stop doing, but that we take care of ourselves and really get back to Saturn basics, right? If you're going to be on a boat in the ocean, who's on that boat? What are your supplies? Where are you going? It's just some basic, it seems like a lot, right? But once you have that in order, and you know what the time frame is why you want to go where you want to go, then I heard all the other pieces just fall in place. Okay? So I heard some of you don't be dissuaded by the world. I know I could see that someone just, if you live in the city, you don't want to live in the city anymore, or there's something about it that's kind of draining. It could just be like new, because I'm seeing this as like a shit. Sorry. Boom, boom, boom. Yeah. Oh my God. I was just going to say that. Interesting. It's like, let's see if that stays. Where did it go? Oh, we got it. This felt like a demolition of a building. It's like getting knocked over, and then this old brick building, and then they're putting up this weird glass, this weird glass house that you can't even open the windows and get fresh air. You get your Walgreens at the bottom and your gym. I guess that's appealing to some people, but we said it with a be. So someone's kind of old-fashioned, too. They want character in something. They want to be able to be a part of that history. But I guess in the ways that the world is changing in certain ways, one cannot change that ultimately. And it's almost as if a person's just observing at this point. And maybe you want to keep track of when you say, like, I got to do that. Like, man, I got to clean the fridge. Or like, I heard, man, I got to get out of my head. Or, man, I got to stop talking to this person. Or, man, I need to start reaching out to my friends more. Like, it's whatever the gotta. There's another person. Because you get a lot of people, which shows me support. And people really come to you, Leo, because you're so interesting. Because I heard you have different settings. Sun, or, it's funny, I always see this as the sun card, even though it's the moon. So yeah, this eclipse energy, let's look at that before we close this out. Because at this point, we're kind of going through this eclipse gate. Let's choose a different deck of cards. I just looked down at that. Okay, we have the card of observe. Observe. I was looking at that sustain. Just a second. Oh, you noticed something that you didn't notice before. And that helps you realize, like, okay, potentially it could be, okay, well, this is here. What can I do about that? This is here. If I want to continue connecting with this, being a part of this, then this is a part of it. And that's that. It's like accepting it for what it is. If there's something there that you don't want, then I see that there's a potential that you can fix it. I heard if something's noticeable that you don't want to be noticeable, and you know, the thing is even if you, I heard even if you like scrap, some of you need to know that even if you scrap what feels like a whole thing, you're like, I'm just gonna scrap this. I don't need this anymore. Cut it off. It's, maybe that's something that some of you are thinking about. Or because you could change it or cut it off. If you can't fix it, if you don't mind it, it can stay. If you want to fix it, you potentially can, and keep it just as it is. You can also alter it, which means taking a little less off of something, but it makes it cooler. Or you can just scrap the whole thing, because even if you do, you still have all these other things, and maybe that has to do with your ability. I feel like some of you want to, maybe that's something you should ask somebody else. Like, what do you, when you observe me, what naturally comes when you think of ability? I do think this is something, though, that you'd want to, a conversation that you'd want to add. Like, I feel like some brainstorming by yourself would be really helpful. And maybe with all these people being around, as a little alone time in ways that you are creative, because especially when Leo understands that life is an art project and that everything that you do is art, but so therefore, at least in one world, it becomes your job is your art. Right? You get paid to be you in a way, because that is the creative self. That can be a little tricky, because like, when do you make art just for yourself? When do you do the thing that just feels good just for you, that's in a really healthy way? Right? Because of course there's ways to be a part of something that's like, we think will make us feel good because we want it right then, but it doesn't, right? It's just, you can tell when something is cheap when it doesn't, when you pluck the string of quality, it will sustain. Right, when it's low quality, it doesn't really last that long. So actually, I heard again, like, less is more. And I think the part for most of you, the part where it's just like, totally scrap it, try really hard to make it seem like this isn't here, whatever. I think the one that we land on is, I can change the way this looks. I can change. I heard this situation so I don't have to keep, because I feel like one little thing is catching your attention and it's taking away from something. Maybe for some of you, it's taking away from your success. I would also say whatever you're trying to do, what examples do you have around you that are promoting and or nurturing or supporting what you're, what you want to do? Right, show me a person's, well, who we're influenced by or inspired. I like the word inspired by. Surrounded by. Okay. Wisdom and what's this one? I got my winter socks on. Dirt floor. Shit, my Armenian's strong. I love it. So we have wisdom and purpose. Success, wisdom, purpose. And I think right now part of the purpose is to be with yourself for a little bit, because it's Libra season when I'm recording this. You're supposed to think about your relationships, your energy within them. We're moving into a new season. Like, again, artistically, what have you been doing? But if just, and regardless of where you are, maybe a question would be like, I heard, what is my purpose in this world? I mean, I'm taking that as creatively, but I could see how that could be a really heavy question when we feel lost in that. So, but I really feel as if whatever is coming through, because Mercury's exalted right now, and it's mirroring your 8th house, so you can have this conversation with some places that I heard will fix the looping of unnecessary Again, Mercury exalted is, we have thought and wisdom. I mean, that is that. It means the mind is working as it should. It does need quiet and alone. Virgo's a solitary character. So we need that. We need to clean up. Some of you need to go through your paperwork or your taxes or just objects that you have. Could be even some of you could be going over your will or your mortgage or whatever the partnership kinds of money conversations, business or otherwise. I heard some people may not like the way that you go about it, but I think it's more of thinking that someone won't like the way that you go about it. That's somewhere in there, even if it's not conscious, because I saw it kind of down the steps a bit. There's a little piece of that. And people are jealous of you for how you shine, for your kindness, for your patience, You're very forgiving, patient, loving sign. I mean, are you a human too? Yeah, but that's another story. We all get stressed out and react. But if you're concerned about your success or stage, maybe you want to go back to when you weren't successful. I don't know, for some of you, maybe this is when you were unemployed or when you were homeless. I mean, it depends where it could be something as simple as, I mean, you had a big change and you didn't have, maybe it's even that peace that we were talking about, or knowledge, right? where you didn't have this thing. Now you do. That's successful. Success, because I don't sense that the concern ultimately is success in the physical world, but it is connected to other people, which is important and beautiful because that's what people are for. We're not spiders. We are humans, and we are a group of humans. We gather in groups. But all healthy animals mosey off on their own and do their own thing and come back. You know, interesting. So there's an attempt at comfort here by where you achieve it. Mood. Love this. You got a lot going on in your third house. Actually, your free houses this month are, which totally makes sense, is your first house. This is the way I drew the map. Your first house, fourth house, fifth house. So you creating with home, at home, it could be family and children are really important. It's either way, this could be like redecorating home. It's like making, see, because it's like making space here. You have the space, and it even goes up into your kind of sixth house. So 1, 4, 5, 6. That's making space. So this is what you do every day. You know, where you lay your head. Some of you also need a new mattress. That Scorpio in the fourth house, Leo rising specifically, always has to check the energy in the house, especially stagnant energy. That could also help your sex life for some of you, or that's why things could be, I heard funky there. There's some insight. I think definitely putting some creativity into your day-to-day will also help Saturn. This could be something as simple as, I'm going to write for, 5 minutes, even if you don't have anything to write about. I'm going to go through my art supplies. I'm going to go through my sewing material. I'm going to go through my cupboards and see, so you love to cook, I'm going to go through my garden plot, or I'm going to go through my, I haven't touched this part of my workshop in a while. It's that Venus and Libra and the Mercury and Virgo is going to want to beautify home too. That's why I guess this is kind of seasonal cleaning too. It's definitely a fall cleaning, which is where we let go of things as well. Maybe that's why we're talking really fast. Now we got our energy, and it's like, yeah, okay, I'm motivated. Like, let's do this. Purpose. It's funny when we can become conscious of ourselves, right? And it's not even like we have to change. We can still be in it. It's just being aware of what we are and what we're doing in the space, and how that either is bringing a smile to our face or not, And at very least, there's laughter in it, which is very good medicine for anything, right? Some of you should be, there's something up with somebody's feet, too. I guess we'll close like this. You are safe and loved and protected. Love you, Leo. Peace.